Hello, this is Miss Pat from Samuel's Public Library. This week in Science Scouts, we're going to make our own boats and see if they float. Our story for this week is called Boats Will Float by Andrea Rosenbaum. Boats are bobbing in the bay, waiting to be on their way, longing for the reaching tide, needing to explore and glide. Early morning, rise and shine, fishing boats with nets and lines. Underneath a cloudless sky, dragon boats go flying by. Motor purring, captain calling, salty breezes, seagulls squalling. Boats will float into the ocean, rise and fall in liquid motion. Sunlight sizzles, hot and bright. Speedboat launches, human kite. Soaring up and sailing free, crystal spray and aqua sea. Roller coasting, high and low. Boats will float through gales that blow. Fireboats and tugs, ooga, ooga, chug, chug, chug. Scow and schooner, tanker too, list of chores for busy crew. And there's the fireboat right there. Coast Guard freighter, ships that cruise, offer front row ocean views, leaving foamy, frothy trails, passing pods of spouting whales. Research vessel underway, studies sea life day by day. Divers visit ancient caves, coral reef below the waves. Far below, a submarine, working hard to stay unseen, travels at a steady pace, housing sailors short on space. White caps clapping, flags that flap, boats will float and never nap. Trawler crawling near a bridge, steers around a rocky ridge. Red brick lighthouse, standing tall, welcomes boats, both big and small. Soft, warm breezes lull and lift. Skipjack sails as currents drift. Sunset melts in ocean's blue. Moon comes in a curved canoe. Houseboat floats and gently rocks, tied up tightly to the docks. Anchored down upon the sound of milky moonlight skips around. Sandy bottoms, sudsy tub, toy boats gurgle, glub, glub, glub. Safely moored in dreams all night, boats will float towards morning light. And then there's all different kinds of boats. As you come into the library, we're going to give you a bag. And it's going to have a lot of different things. We have construction paper in there, and we have tin foil and plastic cups and rubber bands and sticks and all kinds of sticker thingies. You're going to get to design your own boat. Well, let's talk about why they float. So we are going to talk about why the boats float, especially since some boats are really, really heavy. Okay, why don't they just sink like rocks do? All right, so why do boats float? It has to do with the weight of the boat and how much water it displaces, right? So the weight of the boat is pushing down and the water's pushing up. But why doesn't that happen with a rock, right? The rock pushes down. Why doesn't the water hold it up? So let's find out what that means. Displaced water pushes up. Okay, so what is displacement of water? Okay, when an object goes into the water, it pushes water out of the way to make room for it. Okay, and the water, the object pushes out a volume of water, and that's equal to what it weighs. So we observe displacement when we take a bath, right? You guys can, if you guys filled the bathtub all the way up to the top, and then you got in, what would happen? All the water would come out, right? Because you have to get in, so the water has to move out of the way for you. When you get in the bathtub, the water level rises, right? And I'm going to show you that in a couple minutes with this, called displacement. But that's what happens with a boat. The boat goes in and it pushes water out of the way. Okay, so actually called the Archimedes Principle. Right, a steel ship can float by displacing the amount that is equal to its weight. So the weight of the ship plus the weight of the cargo. If you look at this picture right here, okay, this is the boat, and this is how much water it displaces, and this is equal to the same amount of its weight. Okay, that's the problem with the rock. A rock weighs a lot and doesn't just move out a lot of water. So that's why it sinks. The rock weighs more than the water it moves out of the way. Okay, so you can see here, the ball displaced water, right? And the water weighs less than the ball, so the ball's going to sink. But here, the hull, it displaces water, and the water that it moves is equal to the same weight as what is there. Look at how this boat has no cargo in it. See how the water just goes up to here? Now when they put cargo in, oh, it's almost up to the windows here, isn't it? It sinks more. It does sink more, but it moves up more water. The water has to climb up the side of the boat because now the boat's underneath more. Okay, the weight just means the water had to go somewhere. Just like if you're in the bathtub, the water goes out of the bathtub. Right, remember, when you guys come in, you're going to get lots of different stuff. You could even use some stuff at home, and you guys can make your own boat, and we're going to give you stuff and see how much it holds. Okay, so I wanted to show you. So we have this water cup, right, and I've got blue water in there, and I got a line there. Now, if I take my marbles, right, I got a whole bag of marbles. I'm going to look for some dark colored marbles so that you guys can see. Maybe I'll look for some white marbles so that you guys can see what's in there. And we're going to see what happens when now remember, this is where my water level is, right? Now I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See what happened to my level of water? That's like you guys taking a bath, right? But they all sank, but they moved the water up. That's because they're taking up the room that the water did when it was down here under the line. Well, that's what a boat does. The boat goes in and it kind of sinks a little bit, but not all the way down to the ground like the marbles do. And the water has to go up on the sides. So when you guys make your boat, we're going to get to either race them if it's a windy day outside, or we're going to try and put some weights, like some marbles on top of them and see what they'll hold. Okay, see what happens. See if they'll float, right? So I gave my granddaughter the material, remember the bags, and I had her make a couple of boats. So we're going to go outside and see which ones float. Hello, we are back outside now. And with me is my granddaughter, Aurora.
Hi, guys.
Right, and my other granddaughter, Andy. There's Andy. All right, now Aurora took the bag and Aurora made a couple of different boats. So she's going to explain what she did with them.
Okay, so right here we got like a straw raft that was tied together. And if you saw the small video, you saw me showing you how to make these. So, and we got the popsicle sticks taped together, and we have tape around for the sides. So,
I like the little person you have inside with the stickers that we gave you.
Moana is here, and her friend also built a boat. She's right here. and see. And
Okay.
they're gonna see which one can float.
So we're going to put them inside the boat, inside the pool that we have here. All right, we have a pool. All right. So let's see how well they float.
Our friend in first. Now put her.
Okay, so they are both floating. And now, Andy,
Yeah.
if you could give her some marbles.
Thank you. I'm gonna put them in.
Yes, you can take some, put them in one at a time. All right, guys, I need to be able to see the boats. All right, so we're going to put them in.
Okay, so there's 6.
So that one is 6.
Oh, they're all going to one side.
Oh, so that means your boat kind of tilts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be what we learned, and you guys could keep playing with it. Keep trying. Keep trying different types of boats. Remember the pictures I showed you at the end, or even at that book. If you come in and get that book, you guys can learn different types of boats, and you guys can try and make those. All right. Have fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.